Hello everybody, Dave Schopius here, and today I'm going to be talking about an upgrade I'm doing to my B9 robot. It's the one of many. I've already gotten one done. I've already posted a video on it, and that's the bubble lifter. You can see that on a different video. That's done and working good. Today I'm going to be working, well actually probably next month, and I've already started. I'm going to be working on replacing the claws and wrists that is on my current B9 that I bought with newer, easier to control, lighter set of claws and wrists there. So these are very heavy and prone to breaking down because several different reasons. So you can see that I've already removed one claw, and you can kind of see how it was attached here, sandwiched between those two plates, and that would be right in there. Okay, so excuse my pinball machines are talking to me in the background. Also, I want to say that I'm using a new camera today, so if there's any flubs or weird things going on, it's because I don't know how to use it yet. So anyway, getting back to the wrists and the claws. Like I said, these are nice, but they're problematic with the way I had them designed and powered. The new claws are a kit that club member Robert Rossi provides. They're just beautiful. Robert actually provides the claw and the claw center. Craig Reinbrecht, provides the lightweight wrist section, the donut part that the stuff fits into. So between the two of them, it's just a beautiful setup. Very light. This new setup, you can see it's ran with gears and a servo is designed to have a servo fit right down in here with another gear that mates up to these and helps them to operate through the computer. So I mean, you can see I've already taken this. This is the old one I took off. Very heavy, and all the complicated gearing that's in there, and it was used, I powered it with servos that this was attached to a different part of the arm, and the servo would wiggle back and forth and operate like that. So I found it to be problematic, and the servos ended up burning out several times. My new challenge was how to get this adapted to that. Well, wasn't too hard when it comes right down to it. Let's see what I did here. I actually took some of the bracketing, this bracket right here and this, off of this and reused it. So I simply cut them down. Got another piece of little aluminum angle iron down in here. Did some measuring, matched it all up, and you can see Robert in this model here, he's got little, I don't know what those are called. They're like nuts, I guess, that he melts right into the 3D material. This is, by the way, this is carbon fiber, which is very tough. It's awesome. So his claws and the castle piece and the centers are all made out of carbon fiber. So simply put, you can see what I did. I just took some angle iron and adapted my old bracket after I cut it down to the proper height, and use those holes those screw holes that Robert provides, and just screwed it right to it. So the end result will be, if I can get this up here, basically it's going to just, it'll sandwich between there, but it'll just kind of mate up just like so, and screw and use the original holes. So it's going to be a beautiful thing. So that's my next step, is to get those mounted. Actually get that other one off, build a bracket for it, and then mount both of them. And then I have some other minor issues that I have to address before I call this section complete. Basically, on this one, really quick, whoop, let me figure out of the way, I'm sorry. Basically, this is a power BIC that handles 10 amps. And there's another one that I have up in here to operate this servo board that'll change the power from the 12 volts delivered to it down to the proper voltages that the servos need. Why am I changing those two out? Because I blew them up. I ran power to them in reverse, so I put positive, negative the power, and I released the magic smoke on those two. So that's got to be fixed, and I'm also doing a small modification on this joint here. Basically what this is, it's just a cable handler. It'll mount into some holes up here that I have drilled. And as the arm goes in and out, it'll handle and control these cables, keep them up out of the way, and let them go out into the arm. So this basically is not very good. See how loose it is? I've got internal bearing coming that I can put in this place that'll keep that from happening, make it a nice good joint. So those are the small and quite cool mods I'm doing to this, upgrades to this. I'll come back once I get these mounted and running. I'll show you how they work, okay? Be back soon. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm back. Just want to show you my progress so far. I've got the wrists and the claws mounted, as you can see. And I've actually got everything all put together in there. You can see I have the servo mounted in there with its little gear. And I've already done up all my wiring. Made some improvements there, I'll show you in a minute. Mounted my little power BIC, BCC or BEC. As you can see it right there with a little light on it. So I am ready to go to the next step. Let me stop this for a minute and I'll pull this arm off. And I'll show you exactly what I did as far as my wiring improvements, okay? Be right back. All right, we're back, and as you may recall in one of my past clips, all my electrical was kind of, we're looking at it at the top of the arm right now, okay? And this is the outside of the arm, away from the robot. And if you turn it over, this is the inside. As you might recall, I had a whole bunch of Molex connectors just piled up in here to run all these servos out here. Well, I thought that was kind of a mess, and I didn't like it. And so what I did is I rewired everything, replaced a bunch of stuff that I burnt up before. I think you remember, it's like one of the BICs here. This BIC was burnt up, and another BIC, BEC rather, was burnt up inside of here. And what this is, basically, it's a remote servo board for this servo right here. So I show that in one of my old videos. So if you want to know about that replacement and why I did it, I'll try to remember to put a link in the description to this below this video. So basically, I took all those wires and mounted a simple wiring block underneath it. And I got rid of all but a couple of the Molex connectors that go out and actually feed through into the servos. Like I said, this servo is fed directly off of this remote servo board from here, so I didn't need a connection. The power all comes in here. Signals go through here and out to the left-right servo. That's right here. And there's a top connection right there. Just a little servo plug. It goes out to the claws that open and close. So that's mainly what I've done so far. And what I'm going to do next is replace this, like I mentioned before, earlier in this video, replace this bushing right here and spacers with I just don't like that. It's loose. Little ball bearings look like they're ready to fall out in there. And I'm going to replace it with a new internal bearing kit that I got through Servo City. Basically, this is the kit number right there. It's a pillow block design. And here's how it's all put together. It comes with instructions. It's pretty slick. And all the little pieces, put them all together, and that should replace this with have a proper spacer to bump it out. And this is basically what I'm going from. This is the Imperial setup, spacing, Imperial measurement spacing, and all this Go Builda is all millimeters, metric basically. So I needed to replace this with this, so all this will fit on that. Okay, that's my next setup I have to do, and I'll be doing it on this one too. So when I get all that done and hooked up, we'll come back, we'll give you a demonstration of how this all works. Okay, see you then. Hi guys, I'm back just for a few minutes here again. I just wanted to give you a look at what this new bearing looks like compared to the old one I just took off. You remember that the other one was back in here in this area, bolted down to carry my cable handling system. So it's quite a bit, you can see it's quite a bit beefier. The old one, this is just a spacer basically, which is what this is. The bearing is just a two-piece little bearing. So ball bearings in the center and it spins on a little axle. And that's my old attachment bracket. So that's all in the past. This is the new one that's going in there. The attachment is, that's spinny. There's the attachment bracket that I've replaced. You can see it's bigger, heftier, and it's just really nice. Spins. There's the way it's made up, you can see in the middle of there's a thrust bearing in there. And then on each side, down in there, you can see there's just a regular seal bearing, and on the other side there's another seal bearing that sits in there. It's all connected with a series of a bolt and some sleeves and washers and stuff, so it's just beautiful. That's going to give it a lot of support. These aren't cheap. I think I paid like $10 for this whole thing. And you can see my cable handling system has got 1, 2, and then the third one's going to 3. So that's $30 per cable handling unit times 2. So that's like $60 worth of bearings if I wanted to do every one. So I'm just going to start with the one that's down here. And these other ones don't get a lot of use, or they get a lot of use, but they don't seem to get a lot of stress. So I'm going to leave them on there and see. Well, you can see how that one's kind of loose there. I might have to consider doing them all, but for right now I'm just going to do the one, tighten this one up. What's nice about these old ones is that it's just held together. Let's see if I can get, okay, just held together with a screw and a lock nut, a nylon lock nut. So, but they obviously they get loose after a while. This has been running about 4 years like this, so I guess it's not too much to ask. Anyway, I'll be back after I get all this back together and mounted on the robot, and then we can do some demos. See you then. Don't go nowhere. All right, I've got my modifications done that I wanted to do on these arms. I'm ready to put this one back on the robot. The other one's already on with the modifications completed. I put the new claw and wrist set on there. Redid all the electronics, the electrical wires and stuff. As I mentioned before, I did cleaned it all up, put a wiring block in there, and I just got done mounting my new bushing and pivot point on this wire handling system here. Cable management. So it's really solid. I like the way it turned out. It's beautiful, it really is. And I went over these other ones, these smaller ones, and these other places they're fine. They were tight. They just appeared a little bit wobbly, but yeah, they're doing good. They're doing what they need to do. So I'm figuring that's the biggest stress point, or one of them anyway. And I feel good about having that bigger, more solid joint in there. It's really nice. I like that a lot. Okay, I'm going to mount this bad boy on the robot over there. And then I'll hook it all up and we'll come back with some demonstrations. Stay tuned. Hello everybody, I'm back. I've got all my upgrades done and they're mounted and working. I did some reprogramming because everything was kind of off and set up for the old claws and wrists and everything. Yeah, they're looking pretty good. I am really happy with the way everything turned out. Still got a few little adjustments to do here and there on a couple little things, but for the most part, I'm really happy. I'm pretty much done. So let me give you a little demo of how this looks and works. I've got everything programmed through Synthium's ARC software. I think that's how you say the company's name. And I've got a little demo script here. Oops, pardon my finger. A little demo script here that I wrote that to show you the claws, the wrists, and the elbows. Okay, here we go. Okay, that one's running a little bit jerky. I'm going to have to adjust it or something, maybe get a new servo for it. But those are the claws. Now the wrists, one at a time. Okay, now the elbows. And now everything together. Okay, there you go. A little bit of a jerk here and there, but for the most part it's pretty smooth. I might have to get into the Sabertooth Kangaroo software and do a little bit of ramping adjustment because you saw a little bit of a jerk there. So I'm going to call this upgrade a success. I've got to clean up some of the wiring yet. It looks kind of a mess, of course. And I think my next project after this upgrade of the wrist and the claws is going to be figuring out a better way to bring my carriage in and out of the torso. I had a big honking mechanism down here with cables and stuff that was kind of, it worked really nice, but it was kind of a nightmare to set up and remove and put back in. So I think I can come up with a smaller, more elegant system to bring this bad boy in. Oh, one more thing. Here's my cable management system. You can't hardly see it, but because of all the cables, but that's what it does. It kind of works that in and out like that. Keeps everything in place. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this mod. I will see you on the next one. Thanks for sticking around. Have a great one.